3 reasons why you are sedentary. Are you sedentary? If you are unsure of what it means to be sedentary by definition, you ought to ask yourself about physical activity. Are you physically inactive? If so, you are likely sedentary. Unless you have an unconventional physically active job, you are likely not involved in enough activity. It is probably just another reminder to you, but remaining sedentary over the long term poses serious consequences. You leave yourself vulnerable to some of the worst health complications just because of a lack of exercise. It is merely a fact physical activity is an essential ingredient for not only preventing health problems but also living a good life. If you are sedentary, do you know the reasons why? Perhaps you know you ought to make time for exercise, even though it feels you do not have much time available as it is. Lack of spare time is only one reason, as there are others that may be relevant to you. 1. You work a typical job. There is nothing wrong with working a regular job. Most typical jobs, however, do not involve enough activity. Which means you are likely sitting for many hours each day. We have evolved as physically active beings who like to be involved in physical work. In fact, in the past, it was atypical to not be reasonably active for most of the day. Recognize working at a regular job predisposes you to continue your inactive tendencies, even after your workday is done. If you work in an office or sit for many hours during the week, it means you ought to make time to move. Go for a walk in the evening. Hit the gym for a workout, even if it is for as little as 20 minutes. Going to the gym for 20 minutes on 4 nights a week would help turn your health around, help with lowering both your blood sugar readings and your weight. 2. Too much screen time. The primary predictor of sedentary behavior during downtime is screen time. If you spend more than an hour on average during your weekdays watching TV or surfing the web, it is pretty much a guarantee you are sedentary. For reference, the average North American spends hours in front of a screen during weekdays alone. There is no harm done by decreasing your screen time to make time for exercise. Only good can come of this. 3. It is harder to be disciplined, and easier to be relaxed. Discipline takes work, being passive is much more comfortable as it takes less effort. You do not have to convince yourself to relax at home when the alternative tends to require motivation. But neglect has a price. Physical inactivity leads to weight gain, decreases your energy levels, and it can hurt your mood. And it invites health problems like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. You do not have to exercise all of the time. But you do need to be reasonably active if you are to avoid the health problems associated with a sedentary lifestyle. Even if all of the above applies to you, you can still make changes. Better to become active sooner rather than later. Although managing type 2 diabetes can be very challenging, it is not a condition you must just live with. Make simple changes to your daily routine, include exercise to help lower both your blood sugar levels and your weight.
Preview.